Ielts listening. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to Section 1.
Part 1. You will hear a woman inquiring about enrolling her children in a learning center. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Good morning, Mrs. Thompson. Thank you for meeting with me today.
Good morning, Mr. Carter. Thank you for seeing me. I'm here because I'm looking to enroll my 3 children in a learning center. I've heard great things about your programs, and I wanted to get more information about what you offer.
Great. Let me give you a quick overview of our programs. We offer 5 main subjects: art, French, Japanese, math, and science. The art program focuses on drawing, painting, and sculpture, helping children express creativity and develop fine motor skills. The French program emphasizes speaking, listening, reading, and writing through interactive activities and cultural immersion. Our Japanese course introduces students to the language and culture through interactive methods. For math, our curriculum ranges from basic arithmetic to advanced problem-solving and critical thinking skills. Lastly, the science program covers biology, chemistry, and physics, hands-on experiments to stimulate curiosity and understanding.
That sounds like a comprehensive set of programs. I'm particularly interested in enrolling my 3 children in the French and math programs. Could you tell me more about those?
Absolutely. Our French program is designed for different proficiency levels. We focus on building a strong foundation in the language, progressing from basic vocabulary and phrases to more complex grammar and conversational skills. We also incorporate cultural activities to enhance the learning experience. For math, our curriculum is tailored to challenge and engage students at all levels. We start with fundamental arithmetic and gradually introduce more complex concepts such as algebra, geometry, and problem-solving techniques. Our goal is to develop strong analytical and critical thinking skills.
That sounds perfect for my children. What days and times are these programs offered?
We offer flexibility in scheduling to accommodate different needs. For French, we have classes on Mondays and Wednesdays, with sessions available from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and another from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. For math, we have classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, also with sessions from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m.
That works well. I'd like to enroll Emily, Jake, and Sarah in both French and math. Emily and Jake can take the 4 p.m. classes, and Sarah can join the 5:30 p.m. classes for both subjects. When do the new classes start?
Our new term starts next month, on the first Monday of the month. We'll be starting new classes then, so that would be a great time for Emily, Jake, and Sarah to begin their program. Additionally, we conduct placement tests for new students to assess their current level and ensure they're placed in the appropriate class.
That sounds good. How do the placement tests work?
The placement tests are designed to gauge your children's proficiency in French and math. For French, the test will assess their understanding of basic vocabulary, grammar, and conversational skills. For math, it will evaluate their grasp of fundamental concepts and problem-solving abilities. These tests help us place them in the most suitable level to match their skills and ensure they get the most out of their classes.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 6 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 6 to 10.
What qualifications and experience do the teachers have?
All our teachers hold advanced degrees in their respective fields and have extensive teaching experience. Many of our language teachers are either native speakers or have degrees in language and literature.
That's very reassuring. What is the average teacher-to-child ratio? This is important for the amount of individual attention my children will receive.
We maintain a low teacher-to-child ratio to ensure personalized attention. For language classes like French, the ratio is typically 1 teacher to 10 students, and for math classes, it's about 1 teacher to 12 students. This allows our teachers to give individual attention to each student.
That sounds ideal. How often does the staff turnover? High turnover can be disruptive for children.
We are proud to have a low staff turnover rate. Many of our teachers and staff have been with us for several years. We believe this stability is crucial for providing a consistent and supportive learning environment for our students.
That's great to hear. How does the center communicate with parents? What is your policy on daily reports or updates?
Communication with parents is very important to us. We provide regular progress reports at the end of each term, and we also offer informal updates throughout the term. Additionally, we have a policy of daily updates through a secure online portal, where teachers can share notes on each child's activities and progress. Parents can also request meetings with teachers at any time, discuss their child's development.
That's wonderful. How does the center handle discipline and behavior management?
We use positive discipline techniques to manage challenging behavior. Our approach focuses on encouraging good behavior through positive reinforcement and setting clear, consistent expectations. Teachers work with students to understand and address the root causes of behavioral issues rather than just the symptoms.
How do you communicate with parents regarding behavioral issues or concerns?
We maintain open lines of communication with parents regarding any behavioral concerns. If a behavioral issue arises, we will contact you to discuss it and collaborate on a plan to address it. Regular updates are provided through our online portal, and we encourage parents to reach out to us whenever they have concerns.
How do you ensure consistency in behavior expectations among teachers and staff?
Consistency is key to effective behavior management. We ensure that all staff members are trained in our discipline policies and procedures. Regular meetings and professional development sessions are held to align our approaches and address any issues that may arise. This helps maintain a unified approach across all classes and staff.
That sounds thorough. Could you also tell me about the facilities here at the center?
Certainly. Our facilities are designed to provide a conducive learning environment for students. We have spacious and well-equipped classrooms for each subject. Our language labs for French and Japanese are fitted with modern audio-visual equipment to aid immersive learning. The math and science classrooms have all the necessary tools and resources for hands-on activities and experiments. Additionally, we have an art studio stocked with a variety of materials for creative projects. For recreation, we have a playground and a small indoor gym where children can engage in physical activities.
The facilities sound excellent. How are exams and assessments handled in the French and math program?
We conduct regular assessments to monitor the progress of our students. In the French program, there are oral and written exams at the end of each term to evaluate their language skills. For math, we have periodic tests and quizzes to assess their understanding and application of mathematical concepts. These assessments help us identify areas where students may need additional support.
What about homework? How much homework can my children expect in these programs?
Homework is an important part of reinforcing what students learn in class. For French, we assigned short exercises and practice activities that should take about 15 to 20 minutes per session. For math, homework typically involves practice problems and review tasks that take about 20 to 30 minutes per session. The amount of homework is designed to be manageable and reinforce classroom learning without being overwhelming.
That sounds reasonable. What are the tuition fees for the French and math programs?
The tuition fee for each subject is $500 per term. This includes all the learning materials and access to our facilities.
Is there a trial period available?
Yes, we offer a 2-week trial period for new students. During this time, you can attend classes and get a feel for the program. If you decide not to continue after the trial period, you will only be charged for those 2 weeks.
Part 2. You will hear a local radio announcer providing updates on traffic and events related to the annual City Festival. First, you'll have some time to look at questions 11 to 14. Now listen and answer questions 11 to 14.
Good morning, listeners. This is Jamie Davis, bringing you the latest updates on local traffic and events. We've got some important news regarding road closures in our city, and I want to make sure you're well informed before heading out today. As many of you may know, our annual City Festival is in full swing and will continue for the next 2 days. This exciting event is taking place in the downtown area and includes a vibrant mix of parades, live music, and street food. However, please be aware that several streets and roads will be blocked off to accommodate the festivities. The following streets will be closed to traffic: Elm Street, Main Street, and Oak Avenue. These closures will be in effect from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. each day. To avoid delays, we recommend using the following alternative routes: Pine Street, Maple Drive, and Cedar Lane. These routes will provide access to the city's other key areas while avoiding the festival zone. Now, let's talk about what's happening at the festival. The parades are a highlight of the event, featuring colorful floats, marching bands, and performers in elaborate costumes. The parades will start at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. each day, so be sure to find a good spot early to catch all the action. In addition to the parades, you'll find an array of street food vendors offering everything from gourmet tacos to homemade ice cream. There's something for everyone, whether you're a fan of savory snacks or sweet treats. For those who enjoy a good drink, there will be plenty of options, including craft beers, artisanal lemonade, and refreshing cocktails. Music lovers, you're in for a treat. There will be live performances throughout the festival, featuring local bands and artists playing a variety of genres. From jazz and blues to pop and rock, the music scene is sure to keep you entertained. For those interested in shopping, the festival also has a marketplace with local artisans and vendors selling unique crafts, artwork, and other merchandise. It's a great opportunity to pick up some one-of-a-kind items and support local businesses. We encourage everyone to come out and enjoy the festival. It's a wonderful chance to experience the local culture, meet new people, and have a fantastic time with family and friends. Remember to plan your travel routes accordingly and keep an eye out for festival signs and updates.
Before you hear the rest of the program, you have some time to look at questions 15 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 15 to 20.
And now, let's dive into the fascinating history of our beloved City Festival. This annual celebration has been a cornerstone of our community for over 40 years. It all started back in 1984, when a group of local residents came together with a vision to create a festival that would showcase our city's diverse culture and bring people together. Originally, the festival began as a small neighborhood block party, with just a handful of food stalls and a few local musicians performing in a local park. The goal was simple: to foster a sense of community and celebrate the unique spirit of our city. The first year saw an enthusiastic turnout, and it quickly became clear the festival had the potential to grow. In the following years, the festival expanded significantly. Local businesses and artisans joined in, setting up booths to offer their goods and services. The parade, which initially featured only a few floats, grew into a grand spectacle with elaborate floats, marching bands, and various themed entries. Each year, the parade highlights a different theme that reflects our city's evolving identity and cultural influences. The festival's focus on music also became a major draw. What started with a few local bands has evolved into a multi-stage music experience featuring performers from across the country. From jazz to rock, folk to electronic, the festival's music scene continues to attract a diverse lineup of artists, ensuring that there's something for everyone to enjoy. Street food has always been a central feature of the festival. Over the years, the food offerings have expanded from simple snacks to gourmet creations. Vendors now include a wide range of international cuisines, reflecting the city's multicultural community. The festival's food section has become known not only for its delicious offerings, but also for its ability to highlight emerging culinary trends. One of the festival's most cherished traditions is its commitment to supporting local causes. Each year, a portion of the proceeds from the festival is donated to various charitable organizations and community projects. This spirit of giving back has strengthened the festival's role as a force for good within our city. Today, the City Festival is not just an event, but a beloved tradition that brings together thousands of residents and visitors. It serves as a reminder of the vibrant and inclusive spirit of our community. Whether you're here for the parades, the music, food, or simply to soak up the festive atmosphere, we hope you enjoy everything this incredible event has to offer. So, as you navigate the road closures and make your way to the festival, remember that you're part of a long-standing tradition that celebrates our city's unity and diversity. Enjoy the festivities, and thank you for being a part of our city's wonderful history.
Part 3. You will hear two students, Laura and Mark, discussing the latest developments in home automation systems. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 25. Now listen and answer questions 21 to 25.
Hey Mark, have you had a chance to review the latest developments in home automation systems?
Oh, yes. It's fascinating how quickly the technology is advancing. For instance, I've been looking into smart home hubs lately. They seem to be getting more versatile, integrating with a wider range of devices.
Absolutely. The new hubs have voice assistants built in, which makes controlling everything so much easier. I was surprised to find that some can now manage not only lighting and heating, but also security systems and even kitchen appliances.
That's right. I also read that some of the latest hubs use machine learning to anticipate your needs and adjust settings automatically. It's like they learn your routines and adapt accordingly.
Interesting. I guess that could be quite convenient. My only concern is about data privacy. With these devices constantly collecting data about our daily lives, it's important to ensure that our information is secure.
Definitely. Many manufacturers are now implementing stronger security measures to protect user data, but it's still wise to be cautious. For example, some hubs offer end-to-end encryption for data transmission. Additionally, many companies are working on improving their privacy policies and giving users more control over their data.
That's reassuring. What about the energy efficiency aspect? I've heard that some smart systems can help reduce energy consumption.
Yes, that's one of the major benefits. Smart thermostats, for example, can adjust heating based on your schedule and preferences, potentially lowering energy bills. There are even systems that can monitor energy use in real time and suggest ways to save. Some systems also optimize energy consumption by learning from your habits and adjusting settings to reduce waste.
I've been considering upgrading my home's heating system, and a smart thermostat might be a good investment. Do you know if they are compatible with older systems?
Most smart thermostats are designed to work with a variety of heating systems, but it's always good to check compatibility before purchasing. Some might require additional equipment or professional installation, especially if your system is quite old. It might also be worth looking into whether your current system can be upgraded to be more compatible with newer technologies.
Good to know. Another thing I've been curious about is the integration of smart home systems with renewable energy sources, like solar panels. Is that something you've come across?
Yes, smart home systems can integrate with solar panels to optimize energy use. For instance, they can help you monitor the amount of energy your panels are generating and manage how that energy is used or stored. Some systems even offer real-time analytics to track performance. There are also smart batteries that store excess energy generated by solar panels, which can be used when sunlight isn't available.
That sounds really efficient. I'm also interested in how these systems handle home security. Are there any new features you've noticed?
There are several advancements in home security. Many systems now offer real-time video surveillance with high-definition cameras and motion detectors. Some even have facial recognition technology to identify who's at the door. Others include features like smart locks that can be controlled remotely and notifications for any unusual activity detected by sensors.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 26 to 30.
Facial recognition seems like a very high-tech feature. I imagine it would add an extra layer of security. How do you feel about the balance between convenience and security in these systems?
It's a tricky balance. While the convenience of automation is undeniable, it's important to ensure that the security features are robust enough to protect against potential breaches. It's crucial to choose systems from reputable manufacturers and to keep software updated. Some systems offer multi-factor authentication to enhance security, which is an added layer of protection.
That makes sense. Speaking of updates, how frequently do these systems need to be updated or maintained?
Most smart home systems receive regular updates from their manufacturers to improve functionality and security. It's a good idea to check for updates periodically and follow any maintenance guidelines provided. Some systems even prompt you when an update is available. Regular maintenance also includes checking batteries and sensors and ensuring that all components are functioning properly.
I'll keep that in mind. One last thing I'm curious about is how these systems handle user customization. Can you tailor the settings extensively?
Yes, user customization is one of the strengths of smart home systems. You can usually adjust settings to fit your preferences, from creating different modes for various times of the day to setting up specific automation rules. For example, you can program your lights to gradually brighten in the morning to simulate a natural sunrise, or set up a vacation mode that simulates your presence at home when you're away.
That sounds like a great way to start the day. Have you experimented with any specific automation routines yourself?
Actually, yes. I've set up a good night routine that turns off all the lights, locks the doors, and adjusts the thermostat to a lower temperature before bed. Been really convenient. I've also programmed a coming home routine that turns on the lights and adjusts the temperature to a comfortable level as I'm heading back. Additionally, I've set up a work from home mode that adjusts lighting and noise levels to create a more productive environment.
Those routines sound really practical. I've been thinking about setting up something similar. Are there any limitations to what you can automate?
There can be some limitations, depending on the system and devices you use. Some older devices might not be compatible with the latest smart home technology, and certain actions might require additional hubs or bridges. It's always a good idea to check compatibility before investing in new devices. The more complex your automation, the more you might need to fine-tune settings to avoid any unexpected behavior.
Good to know. I've also heard about the concept of smart appliances, like refrigerators and washing machines. Have you looked into those at all?
Yes. Smart appliances are becoming quite popular. For example, smart refrigerators can track what's inside and even suggest recipes based on the ingredients you have. Some washing machines allow you to start or stop cycles remotely via an app, and they can even diagnose problems and suggest maintenance.
That's pretty neat. I imagine it could be a real time saver. But I wonder, how reliable are these smart appliances compared to traditional ones?
Generally, they're quite reliable, but like with any technology, there can be occasional issues. The key is to choose appliances from reputable brands and ensure they have good customer support. Regular updates and proper maintenance also play a big role in keeping them functioning well. Many smart appliances come with extended warranties or support packages, which can be beneficial.
Definitely. Another thing I'm curious about is the cost. Are smart home systems significantly more expensive than traditional systems?
They can be more expensive initially, but many users find the long-term benefits outweigh the cost. For example, energy savings from smart thermostats and security features might offset the higher upfront investment. It's worth comparing the costs and benefits before making a decision. Additionally, some systems offer flexible pricing or subscription models that can help manage the costs.
Part 4. You will hear a talk given by a professor about Komodo dragons. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 35. Now listen and answer questions 31 to 35.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Michael Carter, and today I'm thrilled to discuss one of the world's most fascinating creatures, the Komodo dragon. Native to Indonesia, these magnificent lizards are the largest living lizards and exhibit remarkable size, strength, and predatory skills. Let's start with a brief overview of their habitat. Komodo dragons are found on a few Indonesian islands: Komodo, Rinca, Flores, Gili Matang, and Padar. These islands are part of the Lesser Sunda archipelago, characterized by rugged tropical environments that are ideal for these giants. The landscape includes dry savannas, forested areas, and mangrove swamps, providing a variety of habitats for the dragons. Komodo dragons are formidable predators. They have a diet that includes a range of prey from insects and birds to large mammals like deer and water buffalo. They employ a combination of stealth, strength, and a venomous bite to hunt. Their saliva contains bacteria and toxins that cause severe infections and prevent blood clotting, which ensures that even if their prey escapes, it is likely to succumb to the effects of the bite later. One of the intriguing aspects of Komodo dragons is their reproductive cycle. Female dragons lay around 20 eggs, which they bury in the ground. The eggs incubate for approximately 7 to 8 months before hatching. The young dragons are especially vulnerable to predators, including larger Komodo dragons, and thus spend their early years in trees for safety. They grow rapidly and reach maturity in 5 to 7 years. Komodo dragons can live up to 30 years in the wild and display some interesting social behaviors. While they are generally solitary, they come together to feed, especially when a large carcass is available. These gatherings often involve fierce competition and displays of dominance, with larger dragons asserting their dominance to secure the best feeding positions. Conserving Komodo dragons is of utmost importance. They are classified as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, with an estimated population of 3,000 to 5,000 individuals. The main threats to their survival include habitat loss, poaching, and natural disasters, such as volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. The establishment of Komodo National Park in 1980 has been crucial for their protection, covering the islands of Komodo, Rinca, and Padar. This park not only provides a protected habitat, but also aims to preserve the natural environment of these incredible creatures. In addition to protecting their habitat, research and conservation programs are ongoing to understand the biology and ecology of Komodo dragons. These programs involve monitoring populations, studying behavior and genetics, and addressing human-wildlife conflicts. For example, efforts to mitigate habitat destruction and educate local communities about the importance of Komodo dragons are vital.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 36 to 40. Now listen and answer questions 36 to 40.
Tourism plays a significant role in the conservation of Komodo dragons. Responsible ecotourism helps generate revenue for conservation activities and supports local economies. Visitors to Komodo National Park can observe these incredible reptiles in their natural habitat. However, it's crucial for tourism to be managed sustainably to avoid disturbing the dragons and their environment. When visiting the park, adhere to several important guidelines to ensure safety and conservation. Always stay with a park ranger who is trained to handle encounters with Komodo dragons. Maintain a safe distance from the dragons, as they are wild and potentially dangerous. Do not feed the dragons or leave food behind, as human food can disrupt their natural diet. Also, avoid loud noises and sudden movements, which can startle the dragons and provoke aggression. Now, let's talk about the human aspect of life on Komodo Island. The island is home to a small, local community that has coexisted with Komodo dragons for generations. These residents, primarily fishermen and farmers, have adapted to living in close proximity to these giant lizards. They are well versed in living alongside the dragons and have developed various practices to minimize conflicts. The local community plays a significant role in conservation efforts. They work closely with park authorities to help monitor dragon populations and manage tourism activities. The residents are also involved in educational programs that promote awareness about the importance of preserving the Komodo dragons and their habitat. Life on Komodo Island is characterized by a unique blend of traditional practices and modern influences. The local people have a deep respect for the Komodo dragons and their role in the ecosystem. This respect is reflected in their cultural practices and their efforts to ensure that tourism benefits both the environment and the community. In conclusion, the Komodo dragon is a remarkable species that highlights the unique biodiversity of Indonesia. Protecting these ancient reptiles requires a comprehensive approach involving habitat preservation, research, community engagement, and sustainable tourism. As we continue to learn more about Komodo dragons and their ecological role, it is clear how crucial it is to ensure their survival for future generations. Thank you for your attention, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about these extraordinary creatures and the human communities living alongside them.